So, the Pirate Queen Scarlet has arrived to our platforms of gaming choice, and I'm liking it so far. You might even be able to hear the old Xbox running if you listen loud enough. I doubt it, though. I don't know. So far, Gearbox, you have not failed to give me what I asked for in terms of the downloadable content. Maybe a level cap increase, but maybe you'll sneak in a skill point or two. That would be nice. But if you don't, that's cool too. Today's subject, however, will not be in regards to this add-on, though I probably will release one later this week. In fact, I'm dubbing this my Borderlands 2 week. I'm going to discuss every single video this week. I already had one on Monday. It's going to be related to Borderlands 2. Today's video is going to relate to the one major problem with playing the game alone. I love every single aspect of this game. I do. Story feels much better than the previous game's story, and how it weaves back through audio logs and through other little tidbits really helps make the first game's narrative seem a lot more open. But the problem with the game in single player is simply that it's a game that has co-op in mind. Now, I've been an avid preacher of cooperative games. I love them. I have a video on it from like last year almost. Now I think about it, wow, that's a while ago. But the issue with it being a cooperatively based title is that when you're playing alone, some challenges become nearly insurmountable. And what I mean is, some zones, if you aren't over-leveled by a certain amount, don't provide a challenge, they provide a masochistic beatdown. I died probably about 15 times clearing one zone in my new game plus my Gunzerker, because I don't think I was like a level over when I was in my commando for whatever reason. I'm not sure. And this is a problem in the sense that if I can't enjoy what I'm doing, because some games make death enjoyable, believe it or not. FTL was a great example. You die, you go, okay, I know what not to do now. In this game, that doesn't really happen. It's, hopefully the Bullymong doesn't one-shot me again. You just can't control that. And that's a problem. That really is a problem with the game. And if you want to see this as evidence, go start a new game and do the quest Symbiosis. It's like one of the it's like the fifth quest you get. And do it alone, you might find yourself struggling to complete it. You might or you might not, depending on the gear you get. But when I say it's a problem, can I actually say that? I'm saying it's a problem because I feel personally harmed by it. But is it actually a problem? Because this game is so based around that loot, around getting your next best shotgun or your sniper rifle or whatever, it can almost entirely not be blamed on the fact that it's a cooperative game. Which sort of invalidates my own argument. And yet I'm willing to defend my argument despite the fact that I love this game. And if you've been lost, don't worry. I don't know what I'm talking about either. But basically what I'm trying to say is, if this game has its own fault in one part of its system, then you must try to break it of its fault using the game's other major system. And this could be applied to any game. If you just can't beat a boss in WoW, if it's an optional boss, then maybe beat the boss you're supposed to. Because maybe it's a little bit easier and drops gear that helps you get there. That's just an example within the same sort of ideologies of RPGs. And typically only RPGs can really have this. Usually in a regular first-person shooter, either you don't have the skill to pass this or you do. It doesn't really matter what guns you have, because if you're proficient with every gun in a first-person shooter, it shouldn't matter which ones you use. Hopefully. If they make it so you have to use this one gun, beat this one thing, then that's a problem. I don't like that. And yet that's happened in Borderlands for me. I had to use a rocket launcher. Despite it not being part of my regular toolkit as a gunzerker, I had to use it just because it plainly did damage. It could take out anything. It could get me back from fight for your life. God, fight for your life. Depreciating health. That's a genius idea. So, as a word of advice to you, fellow Vault Hunters, next time you decide to travel, try to bring friends. You'll find yourself not breaking stuff. I kind of broke some stuff yesterday because I was just bloody infuriated with the oddly high difficulty curve that suddenly happened when going into true Vault Hunter mode. But that's the way it happens sometimes. Games are games. Who knows what's going to happen as I progress on. Maybe it'll get easier. Knowing Borderlands, it probably won't. But I'll just soldier through it. Hopefully, you can do it too. Thank you very much for tuning in to today's video. Tomorrow, I should be bringing one on the other side of this spectrum, the cooperative play, and why that's important, especially to Borderlands. Well, that's it. Thank you very much, and I shall see you all later.